Alright. Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx. Just Alyx. This is my Friday Night Smackdown review. This is the Valentine's Day edition, February 14th. Or, in my case, Singles Awareness. Anyways, let's talk about this episode. Overall, I don't know, I don't want to say I completely hated it, because there were a lot of things I liked. Actually, there were a couple of things I loved about tonight's episode. But man, I don't know what it is about WWE, but once again, they always seem to get in their own way. In multiple ways, in multiple facets. It's not just a specific problem. There's numerous issues going on with the show that stop it from being what it really should be, a must-see show.
Who would have thought Otis and Mandy would revive Dolph's career? Well, at least for a bit.
We'll talk about that little tidbit in just a second, but thank you for the donation, Aaron Sherwood. It really does go to show you how far this show has fallen. It really does feel like every little glimpse we get of SmackDown showing promise, showing how good it could be, we're quickly reminded of, well, that's why it sucks. So we'll break down what happened with SmackDown tonight, the good and the bad. And as always, if you like what I have to say and you want more, do yourself a favor, like the video, subscribe, click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. And as always, help expand the brand by doing the following. Liking me on Facebook, following me on Twitter, VX1, Alyx's World. Give me a follow on Instagram while you're at it. Also, donate. As you saw with Aaron Sherwood, you can do so with Super Chat. If not with Super Chat, you can also do it with PayPal and Patreon. If you want to email me just to say hi or for business inquiries, do so at justalyxsworld@gmail.com. And don't forget to buy yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. You got the old school Deluxe Man t-shirt for all you throwback fans. And of course, new t-shirts for Alyx's World. All right there. The link to all of this is down below in the description box. We got some news to get to first. So before we jump into SmackDown, let's talk about what happened today. Well, what's been happening recently in the world of wrestling. I am proud to announce an update to the 2020 Hall of Fame. Jushin Thunder Liger, an international wrestling sensation, a man who recently retired his career in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's being reported by a very reliable source that this man is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And if that's true, well deserved. Holy crap, is this well deserved. Easily one of the premier cruiserweight, high-flying luchador, that American style of wrestling that we come to see nowadays with people like Ricochet and Andrade and Humberto Carrillo and of course Rey Mysterio and Rollins and so many others. We thank Jushin Thunder Liger for being a pioneer of that style. Because before Jushin Thunder Liger, the kind of style we've been seeing, well, it's been the typical brother, headlock brother, suplex brother, Hulk up brother, Hurricane Ranas, flying crossbodies, diving to the outside, tope con heroes, suicide dives. They originated with this man.
And also the Bella Twins,
I'm gonna ignore that. So it really does go to show you how impactful this man has been in the business. So without question, if you're gonna have a Hall of Fame, you are definitely going to need to put this man in it. So, if it's true, congrats. Congrats. All power to you. Jushin Thunder Liger, my friends, is going into the Hall of Fame. And that is the only update I have for you. There is no other update. There is no other entity that is going into the Hall of Fame. Okay? There is, who the fuck am I kidding? Yeah, you already saw the super chat. He ain't lying. Alongside Jushin Thunder Liger, we got the announcement that the female inductees for this year is none other than the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins. The Bella Twins. The Bella Twins. Look, I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you and say I didn't see this coming. I knew one day these two were going in. It was gonna happen. I didn't think it was happening this soon. These girls, what? Are they barely in their 30s? They gotta be, what, 31? 32? They're not that old, y'all. They're still practically young. They're going in very, very early. If I'm not mistaken, they might be the youngest inductees. So, well, if you count Connor's Cure, or the Warrior Award, as a portion of the Hall of Fame, maybe not, because the Warrior Award has some kids going there too, so I guess, you know what I mean? But in terms of, like, wrestlers, I'm trying to think, like, has there really been anybody younger? Because they gotta be, like, young 30s, and they're going in this early. Man. Anyways, I'm not even that bothered by it if they decide to put them in, let's say, the celebrity wing. Because let's be real, the only reason these two are even considered to be Hall of Famers is because of their popularity on Total Divas / Total Bellas, whatever reality TV show fame they have. That's it. That's it. I know someone just said, well, Nikki Bella was the longest reigning diva. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. That title reign is garbage. Like a good 2/3 of that title reign, she didn't even defend that belt. Don't even sit there and say, well, Nikki was a 300 something. Shut up. That's not a good title reign. That's a horrible example. I'm sorry, like, if we're talking about what they've done as wrestlers, no, absolutely not. The only way I can see Nikki and Brie going into the Hall of Fame and it being legit is because of their reality TV show. And whether I like it or not, they have, in a way, I can't believe I'm saying this, but they have, in a way, transcended the business. However you want to look at it. You can look at it through the lens of, well, they're only popular because they dated Daniel Bryan and John Cena. Okay, you're right. Probably. But they still became popular. They're still celebrities, in a sense. I'm sorry, like, for me personally, I look at this and go, whatever. It's not for me. I don't really understand what the big deal is. I'm sorry, you're never going to see me call the Bella Twins legends. You're not. I'm never, ever going to be caught calling Nikki and Brie Bella legends in the wrestling industry. No, you're not going to hear me say that. You're never going to hear me say that. But at the same time, the bar is, if Coco Beware could be in the Hall of Fame, I guess the Bella Twins can be in the Hall of Fame too. To be fair. Because they've done a lot more than Coco Beware. And that rhymed. If that's the bar, sure. Here's what I will say. If they're going in, then for sure, we need to put Victoria in. We gotta put Molly in there. We definitely gotta put Mickie James in there. I want to see Melina in there. I want to see Miss Elizabeth. Why the hell was she not inducted this year? Where's Miss Elizabeth at? Where's my girl Elizabeth? Anyways, Miss Elizabeth. I want to see Jazz. I want to see Stacy Keibler. I want to see... Hell, let's throw in some Kelly. Let's go ahead and put Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, and Sasha in there. Oh, yeah, put Charlotte in there twice. Why not? Let's put them all in there. Let's go. Because if these women can go in there, okay, we can definitely put in AJ Lee. If these women can go in there, we can definitely go ahead and put in Ronda Rousey. Because Ronda's doing a lot more for the industry. Well, not just the wrestling industry, but just women, period, than the Bella Twins have. So, yeah, let's go ahead and induct Ronda Rousey into the Hall of Fame while we're at it. Okay. Like, if this is what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you. It's your Hall of Fame. I just, from my perspective, I'm just sitting here wondering, like, what do you expect is going to happen with these girls? I'm sorry, like, when it comes to that Hall of Fame speech, I fear for them. This is something I will say. I don't know, where is the WrestleMania this year? Tampa Bay, right? Okay, I don't know how ruckus that crowd is going to be. I can tell you right now, when it comes to that Bella Twin speech, oh my God. I am terrified for the amount of heckling and boos they're going to get. It is going to be so bad. And this is coming off... Well, aren't they pregnant? They're both pregnant. Okay. I mean, they got their own men. But at the same time, I'm sorry. Nobody's going to forget the fact that Nikki Bella was John Cena's sloppy second for a while. So, this is going to be rough. It's going to be a rough journey for him. But I guess congratulations is in order. Congratulations is in order. Bella Twins are going into the Hall of Fame. Oh, Lord. I kind of want to see that Hall of Fame speech just to see how the crowd reacts to them. Because, Lord. Alright, I think I'm just gonna, move on to the next subject here. Because I'm pretty sure there are tons of Bella Twin stans going nuts in the comments section. Oh, Nikki and Brie are the greatest in the world. Have fun with that. Next subject is, speaking of sloppy seconds, we got Mr. John Cena making his return to the ring on February 28th. This is the Friday after Sweet Saudi Money 5, or Saudi Arabia's Super Showdown show. As I've read on the internet, apparently from Bible.com, Sean Rossap, it's being reported that John Cena is being given full creative control over who he gets to fight at WrestleMania and the story behind it. So whatever match he's having at WrestleMania, he has control over that. Full creative control. Wow. So now the question is, who's he fighting? Who does John Cena want to go after this time? Who does he want to get his shovel out and bury? I'm joking. I don't see John Cena doing that anymore. I think Cena is in the business of putting people over now. I think he knows that. Like, what? Like, I'm not going to be here for the rest of the year. Why the hell should I get the victory here? It makes no sense. So I do think Cena is coming in to put someone over. Who is that person? I have no idea. I can speculate on who I want it to be. The top 3 people that come to mind. Number 1, instantly, Samoa Joe. We gotta do that match eventually. Before, it's gotta happen before Cena retires. I think that program needs to happen. It's a must. I think this is the time to do it. We held it off, what? When was, 34? Was that 2018? Yeah, we held it off in 2018 because Joe got hurt. Well, guess what? Joe's back. He's healthy. healthy. And Cena, he needs a program to get his to whet his appetite, if you will. I don't see anyone else competing with John Cena on the microphone in terms of characters, in terms of passion, and getting that momentum rolling than Samoa Joe. Number 2 would be Aleister Black. Now that would be an awesome person to pick a fight with John Cena. You could just easily use Cena as a great springboard to launch Aleister Black into that main event scene. Or maybe we don't choose someone from the main roster. Maybe we go down to NXT and we do Velveteen Dream versus John Cena. I don't need to say anything else. You do Velveteen Dream and John Cena, that might be my match of the show. That right there will sell it for me. I mean, you can still do Taker versus Sting, but I'm just saying, Velveteen Dream versus John Cena, that's going to sell it for me. Everything else is not going to matter. I will pay hundreds to see that thing live. Thousands, I don't know, but hundreds for sure. Oh my God. Yes, I paid thousands to see Velveteen Dream and John Cena. I would die to see that. So, those are my top 3. Velveteen Dream, Samoa Joe, and Aleister Black. It might not be either of them. It might be freaking Baron Corbin. Or it could be Kurt Angle. Maybe John Cena wants to give Kurt Angle the rightful ending to his career. Which, thank you. And he'll put him over. Give me your thoughts. Who should fight Cena? I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say. The last topic before we get to SmackDown is about Raw, actually. So, I gotta talk about this. It was announced today that Matt Hardy will be returning this Monday to fight Randy Orton. And when I heard this news, I wasn't very happy. Let me tell you why. So, last week, the segment where Matt Hardy came out to defend Edge, bring a really strong emotional feel to the feud. And I loved that he was able to at least put us a closing statement on his ongoing rivalry with him and Edge. That's been going on for what seems like 15 years now. 2005, holy crap. Brought up Lita, just completely squashed all of that to defend his brother. And then, after that very emotional promo, Randy Orton attacks him, RKOs him, and then hits him with that concerto, the same concerto that has Edge out right now. And we won't be seeing him until around WrestleMania. So a good month and a half or 2 months. And I thought that was an excellent segment. I'm like, that is a great way to write off Matt Hardy. His contract is expiring literally the first week of March. It's coming up. There's really no other reason to put him back on TV. He's done. Right? I'm thinking this is a great way to get heat on Randy Orton. It was greatly executed. A great way for Matt to be written off TV. And then it's announced that Matt Hardy will be wrestling Randy Orton Monday night. No holds barred. Same kind of attack. The same kind of attack he had on Edge. He did on Edge. He did to Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy is just going to come back the very next week. Apparently, in condition to wrestle. What the hell? I'm sorry. I am someone who is big on storytelling. I hate it when they undercut certain details about the way they tell their stories just to get things, just to get through the freaking day. And you can just tell they did this because they don't have anything else to do. They don't know how else to follow up. And my thing about this is, I know a lot of people are talking about, I know the arguments. Well, Edge is injury prone. You hit Edge with a steel chair, it's going to matter a lot more than when you hit Matt Hardy. I'm sorry, but you act like Matt Hardy is in his 30s. You act like Matt Hardy hasn't been doing this for decades now. You act like Matt Hardy isn't in his 40s either. You act like Matt Hardy doesn't have the same type of body as Edge. Yes, Edge, the whole idea of the concerto done to him, you can see You can make the argument, and you can see how it would make it seem like it would hurt him more. But I'm sorry. When you establish the story... Super chat.
You're not gonna talk about Kathy Kelly leaving? She was a babe.
We'll talk about Kathy Kelly on Sunday, dude, because she's still gonna be there Sunday, right? So let's say goodbye when it's time to say goodbye. I'll talk about Kathy Kelly when it comes to NXT on Sunday. But back to this. But when you establish that the Concerto is dangerous enough to put someone out, not for weeks, but for what seems like months, and then you kill that, you undercut that by having Matt Hardy just come out and wrestle the very next week, it kills your story. It kills it. Okay, I want to watch my words here. I don't want to say it kills the story. It hurts your story. It hurts the story in the sense that, all right, if Matt Hardy can, take this, why isn't Edge able to take this? You just taken out of the story. You get taken out of the organicness of it all. So now what? What's gonna happen? Is Matt gonna get his ass kicked by Randy Orton again, and then did the same thing happen to him, a Concerto? I mean, they might have him do the punt. By the way, he should have done the punt to begin with. And that's what I'm talking about. See, if you were gonna do this match from the get-go, if the plan was to do Matt Hardy versus Randy Orton on this date, why didn't we just have Matt Hardy attack Randy Orton and then have Randy Orton escape, and then do everything you did last week this upcoming Monday with a punt? But now it's just like, okay, he got the heat from an awesome segment last week, so now we're just going to do a no-holds-barred match where it just negates everything that happened last week, so we can do the exact same thing again? It's stupid. This kind of storytelling makes no goddamn sense. Personally, if it was me, and I wanted to do one more match with Matt, I would have said, look, Matt, we'll put you off TV for at least a week. At the very least, a week. You want to do the whole story of, all right, well, Matt's body isn't as wrecked as Edge's, which I'm sorry, it's hard for me to believe that, knowing that Matt is in his 40s as well. But okay, you want to play that story, Matt can take a chair shot, a Concerto, more than Edge can. It's still a headshot to the back of your neck. It should have put him out for at least a week. We should have seen Matt in a neck brace, and then we can have Matt come out and say, I know I'm not 100%, but I want Randy Orton's ass. And then we do the match the very next week with I don't know, you can even say a broken Matt Hardy. He got hit in the head, and then he's not the regular Matt Hardy, but he's broken Matt Hardy. But he's still not 100%. Okay, that's something. That adds a little bit more emotion to the match, because it's showing the heart that Matt Hardy has. He wants to defend Edge, and you can stretch that out. But here it's just like, yo, man, to just undercut their story. And it pisses me off, because I'm really invested in this. I'm really invested in Randy Orton and Edge. And I really want this to be a great storyline. I'm not doing this to complain. I just want this to get the full attention, the most out of its time. And stuff like this just kills it. But whatever. Matt Hardy is just gonna get his ass kicked again by Randy Orton. And Randy Orton will probably do the exact same thing to him. RKO, Concerto, and then maybe, if we're lucky, a punt. At least that'll be different. A punt would be much different. But other than that, it's just like, why even do the match? It was a great segment. Whatever. So there you go. Those are the topics of discussion. We can now talk about Friday Night Smackdown. So let's get to it. We open up Smackdown with a pyro display that got botched. You know how the pyros go off on different sides of the stage? Well, only one side got the pyro. The other side, who knows, brother? Is it the omen of things to come? Kinda is. It's a great open. Because half the show was all kinds of fireworks. The other half was... It's the perfect representation of how this show went. We open up with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Why? I have no idea. They're coming out talking about celebrity crushes. Why? I don't fucking know. Why does anybody care who Alexa Bliss has a crush on? So I'm just like, okay, let's wrap this up quickly and get to what really matters. And they do. Here comes Carmella. Carmella comes out and she talks about the past friendship between her and Bayley and how she feels Bayley has changed because of Sasha. Sasha has corrupted her best friend, manipulated her best friend, turned her into the worst possible version of her. And ever since Sasha came to her life, Bayley has not been the same. And she blames Sasha for steering Bayley off that dark road. Bayley comes out and says, don't be blaming Sasha, blame you. The reason why I dumped you as a friend is because you're a loser. I am one of the most decorated female wrestlers in the business today. And you think you're worthy of being my friend? Bitch, please. She didn't say that, but that's basically her promo. And Carmella got offended and said, alright, you don't think I'm worthy? Let's prove it right now. In the ring. And so, they didn't wait. They got into the ring and had their match. And I thought the match was really good. I thought Bayley and Carmella have really good chemistry. They've always had good to great chemistry because they are literally best friends in real life. And usually those relationships tend to work out really well in wrestling because you can do more with each other when you're friends. But those two worked a really good match. The crowd was into it. Vancouver! The audience that night, tonight in Vancouver, beautiful. Loved them. Hype throughout the entire show. Great energy. Loved it. Don't ever stop. I love good crowds. But they were into this match. They loved every single moment of it. They were into the near falls. They were on the edge of their seats for literally every move, every kick out. It was a really good match. And I feel like when it comes to Bayley as a heel performer, as a champ, you're starting to see how well she can work and basically both roles. It's interesting seeing what Bayley can do. I do think she's one of the most I almost said something that's not true. Because Michael Cole today on commentary said that Bayley is one of the most underrated performers in the company, to which I said, bitch, how? How is Bayley one of the most underrated wrestlers in the company? She has won every single championship a woman can win except for the Divas title. NXT, Raw Women's title, SmackDown Women's title, Tag Team titles. How the hell is this woman underrated? How? She's also one half of the greatest female wrestling match in WWE history, Bayley versus Sasha, Brooklyn. How is she underrated? I don't think she's underrated. I think she's more underappreciated. I don't think she's someone that gets enough credit for how good she is inside the ring. Underrated? No. Like, excuse me? Underrated? No way. She's not underrated. She's underappreciated. And I think as time goes by, I think that'll change. But she does definitely end up beating Carmella in this match, as she should, with a roll-up pin. She grabbed the ropes and beat her like a role model would beat her. After the match, Naomi hits the ring. Her and Carmella beat the piss out of Bayley. And then it's announced that next week, Carmella will fight Naomi to determine who will fight Bayley at Saudi Arabia. That's right. We're going to have a women's match at Super Showdown. Good Lord. I can't wait to see Stephanie McMahon appear on some talk show talking about women's evolution, female empowerment, women's evolution, female empowerment. The first ever women's title match in Saudi Arabia. We're changing the game. Shut up. Yeah, like, I think personally, what we're doing with the women so far on SmackDown, it's a little better. We're getting somewhere with them. We're starting to see some kind of direction being formed here. But I have to ask. I have to ask this too. whatever we do for WrestleMania, whatever we do, how long, and this is something we have to ask ourselves, how long before we start to get some more women on this roster? Because, I'm sorry, it's too thin. SmackDown's roster is way too thin. I'm already kind of sick of the same people. What is it like? I swear, it's got to be like 6 women. It's got to be like, okay, let's see. We got, for real, I'm not even joking you. It's like Bayley, Sasha, Alexa, Nikki, Carmella, Naomi. Oh, Dana, Mandy, Sonya. I think that's it. That's it, right? What is that? 8? 9? 8, 9? I mean, that's... So, basically, if you do an 8 women's tag match, that's the entire roster. That's not a good roster. I feel like we're missing some people. So, we do need to beat this up a little bit. We do. We'll figure out some way to make that happen. I guess you could add an Asuka and Kairi Sane by default, but no. Alright. Let's move on from this. I don't know what else to really say other than they had a good match. Someone just reminded me that there's 10 because Lacey Evans. I forgot about Lacey Evans. So 10. Okay, Lacey Evans. Alright, so 10. I guess that's not too bad. I guess. 10's alright, I suppose. It can't be too rough. Alright, let's move on. What was next? They show us some hype videos of the date coming between Otis and our girl, Mandy Rose. Let's talk about some other good things, because I want to save the bad things for last. Let's talk about some good things. We had the Hulkster! Brother. Oh, brother! Hulk Hogan made an appearance via satellite to talk about his Hall of Fame induction ceremony. You already know that the NWO will be inducted as a group. Hogan, Nash, Scott Hall, and apparently X-Pac, not Big Show, that's weird. But Sean Waltman will be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And during this interview, he was asked about Saudi Arabia, Goldberg, and The Fiend, brother. And he says, don't sleep on Goldberg, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. Basically saying that Goldberg is going to pull out the upset and beat The Fiend. And then we see The Fiend World Order. Bray Wyatt appeared in the Titantron, strumming his belt guitar. And basically rips off his shirt, does the Hulkster pose, brother. And then we see Huskus show up and say that, what you doing, man? And he's like, oh, nothing, just talking to a couple of 5-star body guys. That's it. Just 2 5-star body guys talking shop. And he's all like, here, have some candy. And the pig boy gets all hyperactive, and then Bray Wyatt goes, oh, I hope that wasn't too sweet. Hulk Hogan basically had enough of his crap and says, look, brother, you better cut the jokes out before Goldberg runs wild on you, brother. And then Wyatt says, okay, you keep talking that mess, I'm gonna have to make some room on my wall. He shows a picture of Hulk Hogan, and he's all like, I'm out of here, dude. For life, brother. For life, brother. That was it. So I thoroughly enjoyed the segment for what it was. It was Hulk Hogan interacting with The Fiend, and it worked. I thought, man, I love that we're giving The Fiend so much attention in terms of the legends giving him rub, in terms of him interacting with the legends. It's just a lot of things going on with Bray Wyatt, and I think it's a joy to watch. It really is. So I really like that. I think the only other thing worth talking about is what they did with my boy Otis. Okay, so Lord, let's talk about it. My boy Otis was getting ready. You know, he was looking hot, looking clean, looking stiff. Getting loose, getting ready, looking sharp, getting his head right to have a nice night out with the Golden Goddess, Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose up there, already ready to get some of that. I almost made a reference that wouldn't work in the situation. She ready to get some of that Otis, that caterpillar juice. Ew. God. Yeah, so she's ready. She ready. And then Otis shows up. He's smelling his breath, put his hair back, got his flowers. He about to go make some babies. I mean, he's about to go have a date. This boy goes in there, hesitates. He's like, damn it, no, I can't do it. I'm like, Otis, you know, you can just see me in the background. Otis, all right, I'm going to need you to get your ass in there and pound her 2 times. I mean, I need you to get them puppies. I mean, get them panties. No, I need you to get this woman to say those words. You know what I mean? We're not going to go into that because it's not PG. Anyways, I need you, Otis, to do this for me. Because if you can't get Mandy, I can't get Mandy. So after we had that little pep talk, Otis is like, okay. Otis goes to walk into the restaurant. And then, who do we see? Then Cock Block Ziggler. Zig the Twig cock blocking my boy Otis. He over there smooching in on his woman, clinging glasses. My boy Otis. He saw this. His poor heart. He couldn't take it. Dropped his flowers and walked away. And you could just hear everyone in the audience go, "Oh!" The entire audience gasped. Everyone's heart just sank. Even my heart sank. I was like, no! Why? Damn it, man. Oh, that was heartbreaking. Look, this entire segment was absolutely fantastic. They did... Okay, actually, let me take that back. There was one thing I didn't like. I didn't like how it was produced. I hated the camera angles, the cuts, the way it was produced to seem like a film. I hate that. Why? Why did you produce it to make it seem like a film? Why didn't you just have 2 cameras or 1 camera following Otis? We follow Otis, and then when we're there, we see Mandy with Ziggler. That's all we had to see. That would have been even more effective. That would have broke my heart. Now, they did it the way they did to, give Mandy some sympathy. Because Ziggler's all like, what's up? What's up, mama? You a blind? I'm a blind? You got blue eyes. I got blue eyes. You like apple pie. I like apple pie. America! Anyways, yeah, it was heartbreaking. It was one of those situations where even I was like, Ziggler, bruh, square up. Let's go. Let's go. He kicked my ass. But this segment made Dolph Ziggler, without question, the biggest heel in WWE. I don't care what you guys say. He is a bigger heel than anyone right now in WWE. I hate the son of a bitch. I want him to get hit by a car because you took Otis' woman from him. Man, this was his one chance. One chance to get the girl. She liked him. He liked her. It was genuine. And then here comes Cock Block Ziggler. You a blonde. I'm a blonde. It was so goddamn heartbreaking. But you know what? It was effective. Because now I want to see Ziggler get his ass handed to him. Oh, I want to see it really badly. I was like, man, give me Ziggler versus Otis. Let them go. I don't care how long you gotta go. I want him to get his hands on Ziggler and beat that ass. You had no business trying to take his woman. So I thoroughly enjoyed this segment. And easily the segment of the night. It was very well done. I wish it would have closed the show. They really should have closed the show with this. If they would have ended the show on this cliffhanger, where Ziggler comes in and you see Otis drop the flowers, and then he walks off, and then the camera zooms in on the flowers, and then cuts the break. I mean, it goes, not cut the break, but it goes off the air. Bro, that would have been fire. But no, we had to end with goddamn King Corbin. I hate the show sometimes. Like, again, this show keeps getting in its own way. Because everything it does right, it then does twice as much bad things to make it that much more irritating. But in terms of the good things, this was great. I really enjoyed what they did with Otis and Mandy, and I want to see more. More importantly, I want to see Otis kick Dolph Ziggler's ass. I want it. Let's go to WrestleMania with it. Ziggler versus Otis, WrestleMania. We see Ziggler walking around with Mandy, and Otis is like, Ziggler! Man, he's gonna kick his ass. I want it. I want it. Alright, so that's all the good things I liked about SmackDown. Let's talk about all the crappy stuff, because I mean... Chad Gable, Apollo Crews took on Sheamus in a 2-on-1 handicap match. I'll give you 3 guesses on how this went. 1, Sheamus whooped their ass. 2, Sheamus whooped their ass. 3, Sheamus whooped their ass. If you guess option 3, no fucking shit! Sheamus beat both of them. Why? Because they're jobbers. And it's stupid that these amazing talent, are being treated this way. If you don't like them, if you don't have anything for them, send them to NXT. Why are we jobbing Apollo Crews and Chad Gable? I'm not calling him by that other name. Chad Gable out to Sheamus for... What are we doing? What was this supposed to do? Who is this getting over? No one. You're just killing the momentum of people that are just too good for this. If you don't know what to do with them, send them back to NXT. Seriously, I'm at that point now where it's like, just Triple H, step in, my man. Get Apollo Crews, get Cedric Alexander, and get Chad Gable, and put him back on NXT, because this is stupid. Alright, so that was dumb. That led to nothing. You know what else led to nothing? Okay, I'll be real. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I didn't enjoy a little bit of what they were doing with Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Elias. But it didn't. It was stupid when you think about it. But Cesaro out there with that cowbell, bah, 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 bah. I got a fever. The only remedy is more cowbell. Bah, 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 bah. Bruh, that boy Cesaro was getting it. He was rocking that cowbell. Got to the point where the crowd was like, "We want cowbell." I'm like, yes, 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 Cesaro. Look at you. You're making it work. And then, of course, what did he do? Threw it away. And I went, God damn it. God damn it. But yeah, like, the premise of this segment is stupid. Sami Zayn and Cesaro go out there. They try to be Elias, and they're supposed to fail miserably. But what I liked about it the most is that the crowd just hijacked the fuck out of this segment. They hijacked this segment all the hell, because they knew it was trash. They started chanting, "Oh, walk with the Elias," and then, "We want cowbell." They just took it over because it was dumb. And then Sami Zayn and Cesaro attack Elias, and then Braun Strowman came out to save him. What was the point of this segment? I don't fucking know. You tell me. You tell me. I think the only thing left is the main event. Let me be sure I go through all this. And then Lacey Evans has a promo about her life at the Royal Rumble. Do I care? No! Do you? I hope not. Naomi and Carmella announced they're going to be fighting next week to fight Bayley. We already talked about that. I think the main event's the only thing left, right? Yep. So we have Miz and Morrison, the Dirt Sheet, taking on Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. I guess it was supposed to be the Usos versus the Dirt Sheet, but since the Usos can't go over to Canada because of legal reasons, we had to do Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. And as always, as you can imagine, anytime you have Roman Reigns in the main event with an upstart tag team making a name for themselves, who has to win? Exactly. I mean, you had Baron Corbin show up. At the very least, if Corbin was going to be there anyways, have him cost the match. Have him cost Roman and Daniel Bryan the match so Miz and Morrison can maintain their heat before they win the tag team titles. You just undercut them here. I don't even understand what's the point of this victory. What the fuck? And I stopped caring the moment Baron Corbin showed up. I'm like, oh my goodness. Please, for the love of God, end this feud between Corbin and Roman. End it. End it. End it. I almost can't wait for him to win Chamber. I know some of y'all just lost your mind when I said that. I want Roman Reigns to win the goddamn Elimination Chamber so we can move on from this stupid ass feud between him and Baron Corbin. I hate this feud. I hate the story. Whatever the hell the story is, if it is a story, I hate it. It's stupid, it's pointless, and no one cares about it. I want Roman Reigns to, I'm saying it, I'm almost begging them to get him out of this feud. And if that means he has to go back to the World Championship picture, whatever. Whatever. Fine. The Fiend versus Roman Reigns. Here we come for WrestleMania. I guess that means maybe he'll win. I doubt it, but he might win. But at the very least, we'll be done with Baron Corbin for a while. Please. I was actually happy when they announced on Twitter that he's banned from the arena, and then his stupid head showed up at the end. God damn it. So overall,